So we're back with methods, and methods do something as I explained in the earlier video. So this question should make a little more sense in that you're going to do method quest 0106. So do this method, and of course this method is contained within the curly braces here. So what does this mean? This means you take these numbers and they go, follow my cursor, they go passed in. Learn this language, passed in. You passed in 111.74, and it is in the order that they are passed in. So 111 is P and 74 is Q, and that's because 111 came first and then 74. So P then Q. Whenever you call a method, whenever you have a method followed by parentheses, it always needs the way the method was defined. It always needs the correct number of variables. So for instance, Sam, you had that problem with math.max. That's because math.max is defined with two variables. So if I go back to my text, I don't need this. If we made the method math.max, sorry, let me scoot this over. Public, well, for you guys, remember I said static void. Don't worry about these because you'll learn them later. Math.max, actually it's called return. Math.max returns an int, so it's public static int max, and it takes in int a, int b, and then it does something with those. It finds the max, and then it does something called return. So notice it gives you back something. Well, that's what this is. This thing determines the type it's going to give you back. So math.max returns you the larger of the two. And of course, I'm just writing pseudocode here. But the idea is I want to show you guys math.max takes two integers. And Sam, that's why you had that trouble on the one before. You can't call math.max and only give it one of these. It needs both. So back to this problem. You pass in two numbers, 111 and 74. My recommendation right away is to make a chart. I can't draw on my screen right here, but I would write P and I would write Q, and the value of P and Q right here so that I could keep track of them. So let me see if I can make my text edit small enough for you guys to actually see this as I go along. I'll try to, oh, it's going to disappear though once I click on, well, I'm sorry. But I would make a P and then I would make Q and then keep track of their values. So what does P start out at? 111. I'll scoot Q over here a little bit. P starts out at 111 and Q is 74. So then we go into the problem. Int rem equals 1, k equals 0. Those are more variables you want to keep track of. So as you go along, keep rem, and then keep k. I'll scoot Q over just a little. So rem is now 1, k is 0. The reason why we do this is because you're going to hold a lot of values in your head, so it's way easier to just write them down. So rem is now 1, k is 0. While rem does not equal 0. Well, we have to ask ourselves, does rem equal 0? No, rem is 1. So we do the while loop. So rem is assigned the value of p mod q. So p divided by q. So you have to go back to early math, right? How many times does 74 go into 111? It goes in once with how many left over? We got to do the math. 84, 94, 104. That's 30 plus 104, 6, 7. So I think it's 37. Hopefully my math is correct. Otherwise you can make fun of me later. But I came up with 37. So at this line right here, things changed. Oops, sorry. This line right here, things changed. Rem equals P mod Q. So rem is now 37. If rem equals 0, well, does it? No. So we don't do that. We do the else. P equals Q. So set the value of P equal to Q. Well, Q is 74. So P equals now 74. And then we set Q equal to rem. Well, Q now equals 37. So that's our chart right now. Then we go back up here. We're out of the, let's see, we're right here. Now we go back up. We don't get to the return because we're still in the while. So now we need to see if rem does not equal 0. So ask yourself, does rem equal 0? And continue. And that's how you do this problem.